DJ Disspare is in the damn building. The baddest DJ this side of town. Mixing the heat.
Ladies and gentlemen.
DJ Disspare.
What up? What up? I got Fred STUY in the building.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How'd you come up with that name? Like, I have a thought, but I want to hear you.
Well, you know I'm from Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy, so that's
okay.
Yeah, that's where I got it from. You know what I mean? Original name is Fred, so I just took it.
I was telling my homeboy, I was like, Fred STUY. He's like, STUY. I go, yo, dog, think about it, man. Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn STUY. He's just like starts laughing. He's just like, he's like, man, you know your music too well. You people think it's like, if you don't travel, you don't know shit. So, how long you been in the game for, family? Professional.
Professionally, like 25, 30 almost.
Hey, yes.
You know,
salute.
Right. You know, I mean, I do it for the culture, man. Like I came up around the era of Grandmaster Flash, BDK, you know what I mean, Big Daddy Kane, you know, and I just kept it moving. Actually, I started because I wasn't rapping, you know, at the beginning I was a DJ. You know what I mean?
Really? So who'd you DJ for?
I mean, I had my partner was like, you know, he used to go DJ parties and he was always wanting somebody to take over when he wasn't, you know what I mean? When he needed that rest, and he actually like bullied me into it because he was like, yo, get on the tables. I ain't know what I was doing. So I was like, I was just doing what I was doing, you know what I mean? Until I got into the group.
Man, like I've been doing it for like years, and you know, it's like I've done the rap game, I've done the DJing, and I've been in all of it, and I like all of it. I like being behind the scenes now, and a lot of people don't understand it is like, you know, people who are in the industry, like really from like, you know, New York, Brooklyn, a lot of places started off as DJs. Most of them did both, you know what I mean, and some went from rapping to DJing. And that's a big common thing out there. So, you know, growing up in the home of like hip hop and stuff like that, you know, like, you know, one of the boroughs. How is it, you know, how's the scene out there right now?
Actually, I'm not there. You know, actually, I'm in Greensboro, North Carolina right now.
Nice.
Yeah, that's where I reside now. But I went back up there, man, and the field is not the field that you know, growing up, because as you know, man, they're moving in, taking over everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it doesn't even have that look anymore. Doesn't have that feel. You know, so I mean, it's a you can tell the difference.
So transitioning out to that side with, you know, with coming out with like that New York flow, like that Brooklyn, like that, like bars, like how is it transitioned for you?
I mean, pretty much it was pretty good to me, because I didn't, even though I moved here, I didn't, you know, let that affect what I was doing. And, you know, got with a partner. He actually seen me. I did a freestyle for somebody, and he actually was coming through. He wasn't even, you know, coming to the event. He was riding by, and we was like in the park area and heard somebody spitting, which was me. And he said he had to come check it out. And when he checked it out, he just gave a card to somebody, said, yo, when that brother get off the stage, give him my card. You know what I mean? And we've been together ever since. But he the first thing he told me when we met, he was like, yo, be yourself. Don't try to be, you know what I mean, what's going on here. He said, because he loved what I did. And, you know, like, that's my man, Brian Staples. So.
You know, and then, you know, homegirl Triple P had to bring you to me to, you know, put some seasoning on Canada with you. So, you know what I mean? Like,
that's blessings.
Like I got to say, leading into the first song, An Angel in Heaven. I feel like there's an angel following me every day because there's a lot of blessings coming around and I get to meet good people like you. So explain this song to me.
The song is basically about my mother, man. I lost my mother in 2004. And she was my everything, man. I tell people, like, you know, she was the one got me into kung fu flicks, bro. Me and mom used to watch kung fu flicks together every Saturday. You know how it was up in back in every Saturday.
I was just
He
telling
was
my
fire.
homeboys about that the other days. Like, I was like, I used to watch it with my dad, but my mom was the one that got me into comic books and everything else. So, you know, it's
Yeah,
like, my
she
mom taught
got
me how to
me.
play basketball on word. On God.
Yeah, she got me into that good, man, and I'm still on it. I watch it faithfully, like you know what I mean.
So we'll get back to that in a minute. Let's get into the song. But I'm glad you started with that because I haven't got a chance to talk to much people about kung fu and stuff. So you know what I'm saying. So when I was listening to this, I was really happy because like I lost my grandma just not too last year, and we just put her to rest finally. And you know, I
Man,
was really happy to hear this song, man. So
my
you know,
my
I just gotta give.
condolences, brother. My
Oh man,
condolences.
you know what? She lived her life, and I'm really happy for her. So she's lived a
Right,
blessed life.
right.
Listen, for those who still got theirs here, let me say this. Y'all better give her flowers while she's still here. Mine was my doctor when I was sick. My Santa Claus when it was Christmas. I'm talking about a strong black queen who ain't lean on nobody. She did her own thing. Play? No, she didn't. And trust me when I tell you she threw down in the kitchen. Listen, y'all don't know how bad I miss her. I ain't gonna lie, every day I kiss her picture. The pain never goes away. When I get like I get, I can hear her say, baby, it's okay. No matter the age, I'm still my mother's child. I loved when on her face I put a smile. Mama, trust me, I'ma mourn you till I join you. From your second born, I just wanna say I love you. I love you.
I don't know about y'all, but I love my mama so much. It's every day that I miss her. I got an angel in heaven. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I got an angel in heaven. Yes, it's true. Yes, it's true. I got an angel in heaven.
Yo, 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 yo.
Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you, man. That track right there, like that is the essence of hip hop to me right there. And you know, I'm really happy to hear that song because it really moved me because I was kind of in a state the other day because we just like, you know, and it's getting to that Christmas time again and it's getting to the time that she actually did pass. And then it was like, this is the first time I actually lost like someone who was like a mother to me.
Right.
So, you know, it's like when I heard the song, I was just like, man, like, yo, like just, you know, same feelings you got in the songs. Like I like the way you projected your feelings. Like you know it's original. Like you're really speaking from the heart.
Right.
So
I appreciate it.
I gotta give you mad respect on that one.
Appreciate it, bro.
So what is your influence on hip hop? Like what MCs have influenced you?
Coming from back, like I said, Big Daddy Kane, KRS, Rakim, Poor Righteous Teachers. A lot of people, you know, I tell my son and them about it. They don't even understand who I'm
Bump
talking
this
about.
funky joint.
I'm like, man, but you know, those are some of the influences. A lot of new guys, man, that's doing, you know, I love what J. Cole is doing right now.
Respect.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
What about Dave East?
I love Dave East, man. Dave East, I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. I was watching the Wu-Tang, you know, the other night, man, and I'm like, he doing this thing in there, but I was like, he needs to get more respect. You know what I mean? It's like he don't get enough of it.
Oh man, like I gave Joey Badass bad respect after I saw him up in 50s stuff because like to transition like that, there's not a lot of rappers who have been able to transition between like, you know, the rap flow and then going into acting. But I keep telling people, you remember bars like you can remember lines. So it's just not, it's the same type of shit, just that you just gotta do less. You know what I mean? Like, and people don't understand that. Like, it's just like doing trap music and doing actual, like, you know, boom bap. Boom bap, you're gonna have a straight 16. Trap music, you got an 8. Like, you know what I mean? And then that 8 turns into a 4 sometimes. So it's like some people don't seem to understand the different transition between music.
Exactly.
So Now, what is like? Where are we trying to go with your mission, with your music? Like, who are you trying to reach? Like, what are you trying to like go with it? Like, you're trying to, reach the youth and keep essence to the hip hop era. Like, like the storytelling, the.
I mean, yeah, I got everything, but I'm trying to reach the youth, but I'm trying to stay in the, like, as they say, keep it true to yourself. So my thing is, everybody say, oh, like, I got songs, man. People say, oh, yo, you spitting them bars right there. But my project I just put out called Ball Stories and Wake Ups, I like to put everything, in one. Mm-hmm. So out of that song, you're gonna get a wake up, you're gonna get a story, you're gonna get bars. But I like stories because I used to be, I used to listen to Slick Rick all the time. I used to listen to Slick all the time, and he was, like when he came out, his tape, man. When I first got his tape, I can honestly say I played that tape so many. My mother.
What was your favorite song on that tape?
Huh?
What was your favorite song on that tape? Sorry to cut you, but what was your favorite song on the tape?
Treater. You know what I mean? And I only like that because and then my thing was Hey Young World, man, because it was like at that time,
Still
man, I had just lost a cousin, man, and she was young and got hit by a car, so that kind of stayed with me a long time.
Man, Slick Rick, Data Dane, like people never understood that whole movement. Like, like UK hip hop was a whole nother level it's itself. Like, what I mean? And, oh man, they don't get their props as due as much as they should, man, because that's like the art of storytelling. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
Like Slick Rick can make you visualize everything from listening to those songs. Like, it was just different. You know what I mean? Like, I can tell that in a lot of rappers these days, that is starting to come out in a lot of people. Like, just doing that, like guys like, Jordan Lucas, like the way he takes it to a whole nother level. It's just like, and that's why I like listening to guys like you and all that stuff in the game, because I just got put onto you heavy in the past while. I've seen you around and stuff, but I've never really taken into your music. And now I'm fully like indulged. Like, I really want to fucks with you. Like, we got some shit to do. Like, we got because I'm a boom bap head, right? So anybody that I can find that can spit real bars, I got an attitude when it comes to that shit, because I like doing underground parties where people's heads are banging against the wall. So
thank you. I do, and that's what I love. I tell people, they like, yo, man, you. I'm like, bro, this is me right here. I love it all day. I'm not going nowhere.
But have you ever decided to go try to switch up and do any of that drill stuff and all the other stuff? And
I mean, I never did the drill. I have did some, like, I told you the Brian, the guy who seen me and I've been with for a minute. We got a studio, and a couple of cats come there, man, and they do what they do. And from me doing what I do, they instantly want me on their track. So to put myself in a situation, because I always tell myself, don't stay right here and say, yo, this is the only thing you want to do. Go over here and venture and see what you can do over here.
Right.
And I've done that. And when I did it, they was like, man, it was like you've been doing that. But I'm like, you know what I mean? I study what I do, man, and I take this serious. So.
Well, when you're a barsmith, you can do what you want, right? So it's just like anything is just like adapting to anything, man. It's like when you're a jack of trades, you can walk in the room and do what you feel like doing.
I know that's right.
And that's why I want to get into the song called Do It. Where'd you come up with this song?
We was actually at a function, and I wasn't supposed to be on the card. And yeah, my homeboy went back there and did some crazy mess, told the guy, yo, we got my man out here, yo. He don't know, but go ahead and put him on. And everybody was, they was like, yo, just do it, yo, do what you do. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna turn that into a song.
It's funny that there's a lot of us who have that story, and like a lot of people I've interviewed have had that story where their man's just sit there just like, yo, put this man's on now.
Yeah.
Fuck that nigga, put this nigga on now. It's just like, and it's just like, And that's what I love about hip hop, because people don't see that side of it. Like, you know, it's just like I've seen DJs got thrown off their fucking shit. People plug into their shit and start dropping the, like, you know, their boys in the building, or, you know, putting the flash drive in their face and saying, play this now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Back then you had to throw vinyl at niggas to go do that shit.
I know that's right.
I remember watching guys just pull the needle right off a nigga's record and drop the records. Like,
yeah.
People don't understand, man. When people want the record play, they want the record play, so they just do it.
That's right. That's right.
See, y'all wasn't listening, I'm here now, so let me get busy one time. Ready? Here I go. It's going down wherever I'm at. Yeah, they know. They be like, you know that thing you do? Fam, do it. See, y'all wasn't listening, I'm here now, so let me get busy one time. Ready? Here I go. It's going down wherever I'm at. Yeah, they know. Like, you know that thing you do. Pull up.
Yo, man.
DJ Disspare is in the damn
y'all wasn't
building.
listening, I'm here now, so let me get busy one time. Ready? Here I go. It's going down wherever I'm at. Yeah, they know. They be like, you know that thing you do? Fam, do it. See, y'all wasn't listening, I'm here now, so let me get busy one time. Ready? Here I go. It's going down wherever I'm at. Yeah, they know. They be like, you know that thing you do? Fam, do it. You wanna trial balloon my air currents? Oh, you trot line? You say you be holding it down? You need to stop lying. They know how I go with Monkey Soul. Come this way and get your tune fixed, tuning for. So you can tell that we not the same. Listen to the lyrics. They typecast the same characteristics. Not me, I be pivoted, swinging my tree wiffle. I tried to tell you they wasn't with you. They was gonna use you. And yeah, I'm from the under, and it's only the loyal you find up in my mandala. When my arrival is heard, you can find them in the backyard. What I'm talking about, the area at the rear of the house. Keep it real with mine. You know I do. How many times I told y'all that unification is powerful? It's just one more thing I like to tell them. Perfect your craft so you can go to the next level. See, y'all wasn't listening, I'm here now, so let me get busy one time. Ready? Here I go. It's going down wherever I'm at. Yeah, they know. They be like, you know that thing you do? Fam, do it. See, y'all wasn't listening, I'm here now, so let me get busy one time. Ready? Here I go. It's going down wherever I'm at. Yeah, they know. They be like, you know that thing you do? Fam, do it. I'm back at it, them elements scattered sparks. Thought they was cooking Spanish omelets. Thought they had that sauce. Your opinion freely expressed. Speak up. They put the track in front of your dude and told me eat up. I'm not one of these dudes who spices stack deep. The DJ cutting up Mardi Gras and Apache. I'm responsible for the change in status. I don't care wherever it's at. It I'm an Aerosmith. Cut it out, cut it out, cut it out, cut it out.
Get out my Aerosmith? Like, what the? Like, yo. Bars. Like, yo, I had to listen to that like 5 times yesterday. So it's just like, I was like, yo, did he just say that? Like, I was like, yo.
Yeah.
So, like, how do you come up with your lyrics?
Exit used to always get on me. He was like, yo, STUY, man, you always sending me to go look up something, man. I always been a type to deal with words. And like I said, I watch karate, I watch a lot of movies. So when I play the beat, it already starts, you know, programming in my brain, like what I want to go ahead and say already. You know what I mean? But you know, like I said, I try to make them think, man, make them go somewhere. Like I was just saying, I went over here with them with the Southern music. I'm trying to take you out your box.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because that's
knock them out the box. That's what I'm trying to see right here. Like,
right. Because that's what's happening, man. You know, a lot of these kids is lost, man, and they not getting what they properly deserve, man. So, you know, I try to make them listen, man, and get something from it, man. Be like, yo, I tell somebody, yo, rewind it 2-3 times, man, until you get what is fully up in there.
Like literally from this part here.
You know that thing you do, man, do it. I'm back at it, them elements scattered sparks. Thought they was cooking Spanish omelets. Thought they had that.
Okay, when like cooking Spanish omelets, you know, people have never had a Spanish omelet, and I'll tell you that.
Exactly.
Your opinion freely expressed. Speak up. They put the track in front of your dude and told me eat up. I'm not one of these dudes who spices stack deep. The DJ cutting up Mardi Gras and Apache. I'm responsible.
Okay.
You already know.
I need a gangster bitch.
I don't care wherever it's at, I'm an Aerosmith. Cut it out before you go to the parlor, son. It's like this, how I see it, this how I call it. What? I don't play when it come to my piece. See, they know when I get it, I'ma damage it 3. Nope, the cloth can't tip it. Them trying to feed my fam that bull, I ain't with it. Got the little ones listening, so I let them know like this, it's already theirs, go get it. See, y'all wasn't.
Yeah, you see? We need more artists like you out there, like on a regular. Like, I love this family right here that I've been around. Like, you know, all y'all have just been like a blessing to me. That's like that's a family right I see right there, you know. And when Triple P told me she had some artists, I just didn't even think like this is what I'll be getting. Like, you know, some people always throw me artists and stuff, and then I get halfway through, I'm just like, all right, you know, this is a new kind of. But like just to be around like people who've been in the game as long as I have, I could see the growth of what you have from like what you've done in the, like, you know, from the beginning of like, you could tell that you've worked your way through. Have you ever been in the battle scene?
Back in the days, man, plenty of times. Like, not since I've been down in North Carolina, but in New York all the time. You know what I mean? Like,
I used to have people.
I mean, I used to love it because, you know, what it does for me is it keeps me sharp.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Because somebody, like I tell people, there's always somebody better than you.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't stay on your sharpness, man, you know what I mean? And you know how this thing go. Everybody want to be the best. Everybody want to claim that title. So, you know, I could be walking up the block and somebody, yo, he could spit right there, man. Get him. And, you know.
People don't understand that. I used to see guys jump out of trees, literally, like just yo, now, just like. And my brother, like my boy, my boy Ismail, it was one of like the MCs that was like he was a geek at school, but like he could spit bars, and everybody like as soon as he popped in, people just popped up out of nowhere, just like trying to catch him every time. And I was like, man, that's the essence of hip hop that we never see no more, man. Because people are trying to catch, like the best MCs are trying to battle you because it's like, yo, you're fresh, you're new, like, you know what I mean? And being on amongst of like, you know, big MCs in the game and all stuff, and like, you know, being from where you from to switching over. Why did you end up switching over and moving over that way?
What, Greensboro?
Like moving from like, you know, from the Bronx out there.
Situation with my job, man, where I was working at LIU.
Okay.
And was there for like 4 or 5 years, and then I was a cook, you know, and they came in, bro, one day, and they just came in and said, yo, we shutting everything down. We bringing in everybody new. And I was out of a job. And I was like, you know, at that point in my life, I was like, well, I could really use a change. And my uncle who's from here, he was like, yo, why don't you come down here? He came up one weekend and said, yo, why don't you come down here, see if you like it, see if this is somewhere that, you know, you could live. And I didn't come, but my wife came, and when she came back, she said, pack your bags.
Sick. So you're a cook, eh? What kind of food do you like to make?
Oh man, you know, well, right now, I mean, I can cook macaroni and cheese. I cook a lot of people. You know, like I said, me and my mother was very close. Some of the things I didn't watch, but a lot of the things, you know, collard greens, stuff like that, man. A lot of meatloaf, everything, man. You know, that's my passion. Like cakes and pies, man. Like on holidays, I'm the cake pie man.
You're the baker. Yeah. I grew up with my grandma's stuff, but she baked so much. Like I never really got into it. I got into everything else that she was teaching me, like all the different cuisines. Like I could bake if I need to, but it's just like it's not like one of my passions. You know what I mean? But yo, like I love that because there's a lot of people that understand. There's a lot of chefs and cooks inside the music industry too. Like we do it. Like a lot of us do it all.
That's
so I was like, what is your favorite thing to make? Like literally, like to eat. Like you know, like if you're like. You know, you're really hungry and you need something like you just gotta make that.
Well, right now I don't. You know, I cut that meat out. But when it was, man, I would go in there, man, and I would make me peas and rice and the oxtails real quick.
For real.
Yeah. So a lot of people be like, yo, man, you I'm like, bro, my mom's, when I used to, like, back in the days, you know, you go to Jamaica, but when mom's made and I see how she used to do it, and then when get it with that rice, you like, come on, that's heaven right there.
You know, you can't just eat anybody's. You know that? Like, just like nowadays,
yeah.
you just can't eat anybody's, man. When
Yeah.
mom's makes it right.
Yes, sir.
So now we're like, yeah, just I got so many things I want to ask you, but I'm just trying to put it into like perspective, like how I do this is like, so being like, you know, have you gotten into ever? Have you thought of even writing a book, like, you know, of your rhymes and all that stuff, or things, the experience you've been through?
I mean, it's funny you asked that. I've already started. I'm halfway through, but you know, what I've been doing is like I've written 3 movies already.
See, I knew we were going with this.
Right. You know what I mean? My partner got on me. One day he was like, bruh, he was like, you write these rhymes and you tell the stories the way you tell a story, you could write a movie. And I was like, that ain't, you know, I never tried it. He was like, bruh, do me a favor, try it. And I tried it. I wrote my first one, and it felt so good. I just turned right around and wrote the second one.
So what type of movies you've been writing?
I wrote one, you know, because I'm not the one, you know, everybody dies in the movie. This one get killed in the movie, man. I'm like, man, we got to give something, man, where, you know, at the end of the movie, man, it's some positive, you know. Let that man go to college, or let that man, you know, because he was on the wrong path, but let him get back on the right path and do what he do. So, you know, I wrote one like that. I wrote one where everybody at the end of the movie, everybody out on their own. They leave mama house, they grown, but then they get in a situation, and at the end of the movie, everybody got to go back to mama house. Get on that. You know what I mean? They got to go get on that couch.
Oh yeah. It's like life's a bitch, and then you just like realize it's like, yeah, I should listen to mom in the first place.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like, yeah.
Exactly.
So you ever think about having a TV series?
I thought about, like, bro, you know, right now, you know, the stage of my life, my whole thing is do everything possible before it's over. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm really trying to get into. That's why I said I wrote the movies. I want to, you know, do this. I want to get into radio. I just told my man the other day I want to, you know, do some other stuff. He was like, bro, he's like, I pulled him back out because, you know, he was on the back burner for a minute. He was like, STUY, you got me back into it, bro. He said, I appreciate you. I said, bro, that's the thing, because I know where you going and where you're going to take it. So I said, you know, we need to do what we need to do now before this is all over.
So sorry, go on.
I was going to say I'm with everything. You know what I mean? That's my attitude.
So since this digital game has come in, how is your digital standpoint? You just started to learn, or you just get into it?
Yeah, I gotta see. That's the thing. You know, I get on. They get on me all the time because I got it all. You know what's crazy is I got everything in the crib, and they said, "Bro, you don't even touch it." And you know what's crazy is because I'm writing so much. Like I write every day, bro. I kid you not. I can write 4 or 5 songs a day. Damn. You know what I mean? Because I'm on disability. I can't work no more. I got hurt on my job. So I'm actually home all day, man. So I'm like, you know, I be in here bored to death. So the best thing I could do is put that pen to the pad. You know, but I really need to jump on, you know, the equipment, learn this, do that, learn this, so I can get, you know, into them fields, man, and further, you know, go ahead and push what I got to do.
Well, we kind of on the same note, so we'll have a talk, because I do that. Like, I basically put myself on disability. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, I got hurt, but I found out, like, you know, certain things have changed in my life with that and anything, but because of certain stupidness in street life, you know, when you get hurt and you don't really speak on things, they don't really help you. So it's just like, you know, like, you learn things later on in life, and then I ended up building myself into a business by being like, since I got to just stay at home and I had other things that could make me money, like DJing and all that. But
Right.
it was like, if I didn't build something up with artists or certain things and learn certain stuff, and then now you could just sit back and go, okay, if somebody needs to learn, I could help them. You know what I mean? Because being in this digital game is not easy for a lot of people. Like the other day, I was just sitting there looking at it going, shit, been doing this for 2009. I go, what the fuck? What made us think to start an app? What made us think to start a radio station? Like, you know what I mean? Like, why did we try to do that? And then, like, you know, over the years now, it makes sense because the whole world's gone digital. But back then, FM used to fight with us and said that digital wasn't going to be a wave. You know what I mean? And then things had changed, you know, like satellite, a lot of things had to pick up.
That's right.
You know, like being from a DJ standpoint, an artist and all stuff, what is the importance of a DJ for you, breaking music and putting music out for you?
For the best part about that is putting the correct music out to get the listeners, because if you don't have the listeners, then you don't have no, you know what I mean? Your job as a DJ is not even, is not there. You'll be DJing for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, my thing was, like I said, I wasn't a full-fledged, like, you know, my partner put me on. At one point in the beginning, I wasn't even scratching. I was blending, but the thing about it is I had to party jump, you know, and they was loving that. So, you know, and that's what I say, the right music, the right connection with the people, and the party is rock. You know what I mean? Like I said, I gave away, I wish I wouldn't have, but when I moved down here, I gave my tables away. I gave my mixer away. The only thing I kept was my server in Vegas. I kept those.
Ooh.
But I gave my partner on my job. He bought a little, you know, the little DJ thing. And he was like, yeah, I ain't got this. I'm going to get that later. I said, you know what, man, I don't even do it no more here. You can have that. And, you know, but he wanted the speakers. I was like, I can't give you my speakers.
Man, you know how many times I had opportunities of speakers? One time there was a homie of mine who brings me to his house and brings me in the basement, and there was like 16 of them in the basement. I'm like, what are you doing with all of this? And he's like, and then some things happened. I didn't get a chance to grab them, but I should have when I did, when I saw them at that time. But I had nowhere to put them. But it was just like those are like one of my favorite speakers in the world. Like for real, man. Like,
you can't go wrong, man. You can't go
man.
wrong.
Like those were like, if you, man, you know you hip hop when you talk about Sir Vegas, man, because them things is like a whole nother thing on speakers, man.
That's right.
So now, as you know, putting your music out and everything, what's your what is your major audience when it comes down to your music? Like when you go to events and stuff, like what type of crowd do you like expect? And like what's a dummy moment at a show? Like, you know what I mean? That you just had like, you know, shit had to get real.
Oh man. Well, I mean, well, you know, like I don't curse in mine. I don't really go to, you know, talk about certain things in my music. So I really don't, you know, the crowd that I get is more, you know, the mature crowd, the older crowd. I get some youngins out there, man, that need, because, you know, like I deal with a lot of them and they like what I stand for, man. And they go that route. But you get sometime, I remember, you know, in New York one time, man, for doing what I do. And I was getting some feedback, man, and some guys didn't like that, man. They was like, oh, man. So it was almost a situation because of the fact that I wasn't, you know, it wasn't no beefing or nothing in my music, but it was like they wanted me to beef in my music.
You see, okay, that's where I want to go with it, because I listen to your music and I don't hear like, you know, most people have that dickheaded shit where it's just like, yo, go fuck him up, go kill him up, you know, da-da-da-da. And then you most of the times you listen to the South, everything's like goes from Knuck If You Buck to a whole bunch of other stuff. Everybody likes a chant. So I never ever been to a boom bap, seen a boom bap rapper in the South rap and like do things and events at certain things because I know there's both sides in that building at the same time. So I've always wanted to know what the hell happens. Like, you know what I mean? Because you got that one ignorant nigga talking about, I don't hear no positive shit. And it's just like,
and see, the thing is though, they so used to me now. I do what I do. Like I get like they give me so much love and everything. Like I deal with everybody, bro. Like because like I said, I have songs where, you know, I got my positive, I got my message, but I got my bars, I got my boom bap, I got you know what I do. And when I do that, they love every minute because first thing they say, bro, you still doing it the way you doing it and doing it better than half the guys, you know what I mean, that I'm like, yeah, you know what it is. You know, they was like, you should have been on. I'm like, bro, well, I look at it like this. If I supposed to be, I would have been. So I don't get caught up into that.
You know you hear that a lot because like there's certain DJs, like I'm with a group of DJs, like we're seen, but we're not seen. But when we go in a room, we cause a presence. Like if we play, it's an issue. And then there's like even though my brothers are over in Toronto playing and all that stuff, and you know, salute to my big bro DTS, he always encourages me to just like attack. That's just like so when I go anywhere, it's like he hasn't really been with me at shows out of town and stuff, but when I go places, just like I know how to attack a room. Like you know that feel when you're in a room where you know how to control that room, and if somebody's pulling out a hand, you know how to handle that. Like you know what I mean? Because you could make things good by adding them in a freestyle, or you could do things bad if he takes offended to it. You know, just like you know what I mean. Like so, when it comes down to this, you have a song called "Signed and Sealed," and you know. When it comes to the merch game, when it comes to everything in the game, like when I hear that, that's where I see it. Like, can you explain to me where you coming with this?
Signed and Sealed it's a story about a guy, man, you know, that was in New York, actually. And his father wasn't in the home. His mother was doing everything she could. And you know, she couldn't do enough. And he used to get picked on, stuff like that. And somebody in the neighborhood seen him, you know, and after a few times seeing him, went to him and, you know, picked his spirits up, told him, you know, yo, you can do this, you can be this, helped him out. So basically what I was saying, the sign and seal mean he went over there, did his job. The situation is sealed, it's signed. He signed his name to step up and do what he needed to do for young man.
That's what I thought.
You know what I mean?
Man, I just love I just like because you just like, man, you're just putting vision out there. Like it's like a story for people just to take in and sit back and like, you know, puff an L, close your eyes and just vision the movie. You know what I'm saying?
It's about to go down. This is a DJ Disspare exclusive.
Turn up those You are about to hear an exclusive track.
Marquise got off work every day, 1 p.m. No wife, no kids, it was just him. 28, never did no drugs or went to prison. Moms and pops gone, it's just him and his sister. Anyway, this the third day that he seen Chris, a young dude from around his way, a good kid who stayed out of trouble, kept to himself. Shorty in need of some help, that's what Marquise said to himself. So he approached him, asked him why he not in school. He said, when I'm there, they laugh at me because of my clothes. What's your age? Chris told him 16 years old. You hungry? He said, yeah. So he told him, let's go. Took him to eat, told him to order anything he wanted to. They continued conversing while eating their food. Found out his pop's not there, mom's doing the best. So got 2 more kids to take care of back at the West. It ain't coincidence they crossed paths. It was already written, signed and sealed. Me, I'm here just to let you know how it went. Y'all ready? It goes a little something like this. It ain't coincidence they crossed paths. It was already written, signed and sealed. Me, I'm here just to let you know how it went. Y'all ready? It goes a little something like this. Chris was told if he go to school the way he could get. He was also told that he can get some kicks. Keith told him go 3 weeks straight and I got you word. Chris like that's your word? He like that's my word. And he kept it. The kids don't tease him no more. Now he got an after school job, he goes to it 4 and off by 9. Cause he need that studying time. That's already been agreed. So young man, doing him. And it's 3 proud of him, no 5. I swear, we need more men like Marquise around. Look, 2 years went by and ain't nothing changed. They still got their bond, he still doing his thing. In 3 weeks, he getting ready to walk that stage. It's already known, report card, nothing but A's. His graduation day came, his siblings and mother Mona. Plus Marquise was there to see him get his diploma. It ain't coincidence they crossed paths. It was already written, signed and sealed.
Bitch, this is real hip-hop.
Like the song says, signed and sealed. That's
Signed and sealed.
basically like I gotta give like my. We have to get more music like this. Like this has been like the best run this month, man. Listening to like real music. Like I get to end this month off fucking fire. like serious. Like
Man.
yo, like the horseman movement, like everything that I'm saying, like all of this stuff, like all the bars I'm here for everybody, the team, the movements, like
Right.
X, like I give you mad props because like I was told that once I get to hear you, I'm going to feel a type of way. So,
Right.
so it's just like, because, like, I like that gritty rap. Like people just don't understand. It's just like, because I'm a big, huge, like like state property fan and Beanie C, like and all that stuff.
There
and,
you go. There
when
you
you
go.
hear that come out of there, the Philly rap, and then you get the, and then you get that big Bronx, like heavy. Like a lot of people don't understand, like unless you listen to like the street rappers or the underground side of it or like the stuff, and there's a lot of y'all that spit that don't curse, don't put no like thing. It's just straight storytelling. It's clean. Your kids can listen to
Right.
it. Like what I
Right.
mean, and all that stuff. You don't like gotta worry about edits. Like I could just go straight to the radio station with it. You know what I
right.
mean? It's
That's
just
right.
like, and a lot of
That's
people
right.
don't remember how music used to be like that when the DJs would sit there, record them, and go right to the radio station that day.
Yep.
You know what I
Yep.
mean? And that's why they never understood why hip hop back then didn't have a lot of swears in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
if you didn't swear, you got fired. Like people didn't understand that, right? The less edits, the more work you got. So
And that's why I do. I'm like, bro, look, that's why I tell, my son all the time, because he rap a little bit. And I tell him, I'm like, if you already had your music the way it's supposed to be, you won't, it could just be played. They won't have to take time. Oh man, look, you got to take this out. Oh man, I got to do this. Then that next thing you know, they'd be like, you know what? That's too much work.
mm-hmm.
So, but he's getting it, because, he's in a class by himself, bro, but he's on the right path.
Hey man, we can make them, we could guide them, we could teach them, but whatever they got to do after that is on their own. Like you can't really do much after that. Like
Right.
I just say, as long as I'm here, as long as you need me. Like
There you go.
Don't get to grow up with parents like us, where it's just like we still do it hip hop, we still live in that lifestyle, we still love it, but like a lot of guys don't understand the difference between like goon shit and like just doing music and enjoying and wearing the clothes, like
Right.
like it's.
Right.
I hate the stereotype on all this bullshit lately, and this whole world is getting like divided now, especially with COVID and all this other stuff, and
Right.
who's vaxxed and who's non-vaxxed and who's this and who's that. Like I'm getting tired, man. Let's get back to slavery again. It seems like, it's so fucking sad, man. Like
Right.
because a lot of people who never really experienced racism back in the 80s and 90s will never understand that.
Never.
Like, what's
Never.
going on right now is basically a bring back of that, and it's just not cool, man. Like
It's like they forcing you, the other day I had a friend of mine, he lost his job. They told him, bro, if you don't get vaccinated, your job is gone. How you gonna make somebody get vaccinated?
you see, that's the thing. Like even like with my music career, like a lot of people are saying, things. I'm like, I'm not gonna do events, then parties that all right. They're like, what? I go, I have a freedom of speech and choice, bro. I do not believe in a lot of things. I'm not stopping nobody for doing a lot of things, and I
Right.
ain't even
Right.
talking against it to cause no issues. All I'm
Right.
saying is I have health issues, and I don't feel that my body could endure what that could do. And that's just how it is. You know what I mean? And when you've gone through major injuries and major things in life and like, you know, stuff that has you like to the point where you could barely like you have to prep yourself for your day. Like, you know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
Like medical marijuana is like the best thing ever for like what I needed for my life to be for me. And a
I
lot of
know
people don't
that's right.
understand that. A lot people just sit there and they just, oh man, we get you high and gives you munchies and things. I go, dog, I'm high 24/7. You see around the shit I do it daily? And they're like, what? They go, only thing I need is a nap here and there. I'm good on that. You know? I take a nap, I get back up, and I'm back to doing what I got to do. And
There
that's
you go.
the thing. But you see, when you got to keep it real, it's got to keep it real, especially when it comes down to the music. And,
Right.
you know, it's like, and being a family man and all that stuff, like, how does like your music like affect that lifestyle? Like nobody, like everybody's good with it, they love it, they got your back.
Oh yeah, they got me because you know they know how long I've been doing it, and they know I'm not gonna you know, I never been the type to put out no music to influence somebody to go that negative route. I never been that. So they already know what kind of music one of my daughters always getting on me, Daddy, because we be somewhere, somebody, you know, they'll call, yo, Sty, what up, man? Yo, we need to do a song. And then she'll be like, man, you need to go sit down. You too old to be. I'm like, bro, if I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do, he wouldn't even came at me like that. You know?
Oh, my kids hate it when I went out. People just roll up on me. Yeah, yo, man, we need to get in the studio just like Dad. I'm like, what? Just like, Dad, like for real? Like right now? It's just like you just came out of the house. It's just like, you know what I mean? Like, I remember one time I didn't even leave my door. Like, as soon as I got from my door to the edge of the street, somebody already pulled me over and said, yo, what's up? You know, but these kids don't understand that, like, some kids get it. Like, daughters the most. My son loves it. My daughter the most. She's always like, you know, like, but man, I love that. Like, you know, excuse me. Man, do you have any shout outs?
Shout out to Four Horsemen, man. My brothers over there, man. Shout out Live Wire Entertainment. My brothers over there. Shout out my lifers, man. You know what I mean? Loyal for Life Entertainment. That's my thing, you know. L's in the air all day, man. You know, salute to you, man, for having me on your platform. Salute to Triple P, man. You know, my thing is, man, you know, let's just power forward, man, and do what we doing, man. You know what I mean? And long as the blessings keep coming in, man, I'm gonna continue doing what I do.
So, how did you you become a member of this crew?
Actually, I got me and Exit was the ones who came in contact first. We didn't even know each other, and we was dealing with the same producer online. Mm-hmm. And I think he heard something that I had, and he reached out to me and asked me, he's like, yo, you deal with Muck? I was like, yeah, man. He was like, yo, we need to get together. Like, and me and him, you know, we exchanged information, we did songs, and after that, you know, like it was full blast. Like, so we've been together like for years, not even seeing each other in the physical.
Because I don't think people understand what's been going on since these interviews, because literally for the past while, you guys have seen other members on this show, and you've seen the diversity of the raps. Like, and I'm like ready for people to hear the actual album. Like, you know, because this is a treat for a lot of people, because I've had a chance before to hear certain songs that you guys have done in the past and certain things like, you know, just lingering around. But now to actually see what has come about, because of everyone's been doing their own projects for the past while, right?
Yeah.
So now, and then I get to introduce the final member next week. That I had to slide that in. So you know, I had to end the month with all y'all. So it's just like, and then start the month with y'all together. So you know what I mean? So I'm really impressed and happy for that team, man. I'm glad that I get to be around real music, be around the diversity, you all support each other. You guys are a family. I love the teamwork when I see the promotion and the marketing. And man, I'm just proud and glad to have you here, man. So salute to you 100. You want to tell everybody what your social media and everything they can catch you on?
People can catch me on Instagram at STUYFred16. I'm on Facebook, Fred Stye. I'm on Twitter at Fred Stye at the Grustler, GRUSTLER. You know what I mean? So either one of those, they can reach out to me and get at.
You know, we got the fire. Follow the world best DJ Disspare on Twitter, Facebook.